Whoopi, you know what's horrible?
Tempers reached a boiling point backstage at The View between Whoopi Goldberg and TV judge Jeanine Pirro.
She started cursing at me.
She stopped and put her finger in my face and yelled, "I've done more for victims than you ever will."
Whoopi Goldberg left everyone speechless when she unexpectedly collapsed in court the moment her sentence was announced. Spectators froze as the beloved actress and talk show host dropped to her knees.
Bits and Pieces, My Mother, My Brother, and Me, which is available everywhere now. Please welcome Whoopi Goldberg!
Overwhelmed by the judge's final words, shockwaves raced through social media, fueling fiery debates about what could have led to this dramatic scene. Rumors are running wild, and outraged fans demand answers fast. Is there more to this story than meets the eye? Stay tuned to find out soon. Emotional collapse in court. An emotional collapse in court can send shockwaves through everyone present, especially when it involves a well-known figure like Whoopi Goldberg. As the judge announced the final ruling, Goldberg broke down unexpectedly, leaving onlookers stunned and fueling a wave of speculation about what really triggered such a heartbreaking reaction. This notable television personality, famous for her outspoken views and comedic skills, usually appears confident and in control. Yet, in that tense courtroom, her composure vanished. Some observers wonder if the relentless pressure from her role on The View might have taken a toll, especially after so many heated on-air debates and headline-grabbing controversies. Others question whether there are hidden factors that pushed her to the brink. Regardless of the cause, the sight of a public figure sobbing in court captured the attention of both the media and fans alike. Social media platforms soon buzzed with comments, some offering support and empathy, while others criticized her for letting her emotions show so openly. People loyal to Goldberg argue that her humanity is exactly what sets her apart, believing her tears demonstrate courage rather than weakness. Detractors, however, see it as evidence of unchecked drama that harms her credibility. In the aftermath of this emotional explosion, one thing is clear. Goldberg's shocking reaction has added another layer of fascination to her already complex public image. Time will tell if this moment of raw vulnerability will deepen the bond with her fans or further divide an already polarized audience. Until then, questions linger whether this collapse marks a turning point in her career. Whoopi's bold persona. Whoopi Goldberg is known for her fearless approach to public life, never holding back when she feels something must be said. People tune in to The View, where she co-hosts, precisely because her bold personality ensures lively discussions. Fans adore her honesty, saying she brings necessary viewpoints to the table. However, critics believe her direct manner can cross the line, causing unnecessary conflict. Regardless of where you stand, it's clear that Whoopi's style leaves no room for dull moments. One reason her persona stands out is her use of humor to break tense moments. With her background in comedy, she effortlessly weaves wit into even the most serious debates. This skill, paired with her unwavering stances, can be a powerful mix. Yet, that same boldness often places her in the spotlight of heated controversies. From her take on political figures to her clashes with guests,
I'll relive it themselves.
Turn on the television, girl.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
I'm leaving y'all.
Whoopi rarely backs down once she starts speaking. Still, her no-nonsense attitude has kept viewers glued to the screen. Beneath the laughs, she raises issues that some would rather avoid. Critics harp on her combative style, arguing it brings more drama than depth. Supporters counter that she's just being genuine, offering a needed dose of real talk in a sea of safe commentary. No matter which side viewers align with, Whoopi's bold persona maintains its hold on the public's attention. Chances are, as long as she stays true to herself, she will continue shaping conversations both on and off the air. Controversial presence on The View. Whoopi Goldberg's presence on The View has long been both thrilling and divisive. She is famous for speaking her mind, whether discussing politics, music, or celebrity gossip. While many admire her bravery, others believe she goes too far. This tension often leads to sharp exchanges that keep viewers glued to their screens. Over the years, her conflicts with co-hosts, such as the heated backstage altercation with Jeanine Pirro, have become legendary. Some argue these fiery moments are what make The View must-watch TV. Critics, however, feel her bold style overshadows the show's mission to present a mix of perspectives from different women. She has stormed off set after clashing over Miranda Lambert's demand that fans put their phones away, and she took aim at Jason Aldean's song for hidden messages.
The View hosts are weighing in on Jason Aldean's controversial new song, Try That in a Small Town. On Thursday, Whoopi Goldberg, Sarah Haynes, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Alyssa Farah Griffin discussed the backlash surrounding the polarizing track and its music video.
Whether she's sparking debates on politics or music, her bold character can ignite passionate arguments that spill over into social media. Supporters say her blunt approach cuts through polite chatter, revealing truths others might gloss over. Detractors see needless drama that erodes the show's credibility. Either way, her presence drives high ratings and constant buzz. Producers benefit from the surge in attention, yet risk alienating viewers with all the non-stop tension. For better or worse, Goldberg's effect on The View is undeniable. She injects humor and outspokenness that make every segment unpredictable. Fans cheer her unapologetic style, while critics insist it weakens the show's broader appeal. Either way, Whoopi's controversial presence continues to shape daytime TV and keep audiences coming back for more. Time will tell if her style cements or fractures the show. Supporters versus critics. Supporters of Whoopi Goldberg see her as a brave truth-teller who is unafraid to speak her mind. They admire her sharp wit, comedic flair, and willingness to tackle tough subjects head-on. Many fans say her honesty brings needed perspective to daytime television, making The View a top destination for meaningful conversations. They believe Whoopi sparks debates that might otherwise go unspoken, leading people to think deeply about politics, social issues, and even music. Her fervent defenders argue that, when she stands up for her beliefs or walks off the set in frustration, she is simply showing her passion. Critics, on the other hand, claim her passion can cross the line into hostility or uncalled-for drama. They suggest that her bold style overshadows the show's purpose, making heated arguments take center stage over thoughtful debate. Moments like her backstage clash with Jeanine Pirro or her fiery remarks about political figures leave some viewers feeling uneasy. These detractors believe her approach distracts from potential understanding among guests and co-hosts, instead fueling social media uproar with hashtags calling for her removal. Still, people tune in each day to watch the tension between Whoopi's admirers and her critics play out. Online message boards and Twitter threads fill with lively arguments about whether Goldberg's words are grounded in righteousness or fueled by personal bias. The show's producers can see the ratings climb, but they also risk losing viewers who crave less conflict. In the end, the divide between supporters and critics seems to grow, proving that controversy remains Whoopi Goldberg's double-edged sword. Dramatic moments. When Whoopi Goldberg broke down in court, it was a jaw-dropping sight no one expected. Known for her bold opinions and fearless approach, her tears hinted at the weight she's been carrying behind the scenes. Fans and critics alike were left wondering if this outburst was just another chapter in her ongoing string of controversial moments. After all, she has never been one to shy away from heated debates, both on and off camera. Her sobs, however, introduced a new dimension to her otherwise tough public image. A few days earlier, she shocked viewers by walking off the set during a heated chat about Miranda Lambert's concert rules. While some took it as a playful gesture, others saw it as pure frustration boiling over. Then, there was the tense clash with Jeanine Pirro, which allegedly continued backstage in a flurry of accusations and insults. Each episode seemed stronger than the last, fueling social media chatter and setting the stage for Whoopi's biggest critics to call for her removal. Behind each dramatic moment, one question looms. Is she simply voicing opinions that others are too timid to share, or is her behavior tearing down the very platform she helped build? The View's producers seem torn between admiration for her unfiltered persona and concern that the show might rely too heavily on controversy. Yet viewers keep tuning in, hungry for the next twist. Impact on The View ratings. Whoopi Goldberg's presence on The View has had a dramatic impact on the show's ratings, making it one of the most talked-about programs in daytime television. From her bold opinions to her emotional moments, Whoopi knows how to keep viewers engaged. Her ability to stir up conversation has drawn in audiences who crave real talk and lively debates. Many fans feel that her fearless approach brings a refreshing energy to the show, making it feel less scripted and more genuine. However, with every dramatic moment comes mixed reactions. When Whoopi walks off set or gets into heated arguments with co-hosts, the ratings often spike as curious viewers tune in to see what will happen next. These controversies create buzz on social media, igniting discussions and debates that keep the show at the forefront of public attention. People are eager to share their thoughts, whether they support Whoopi's boldness or criticize her for the drama. On the flip side, some longtime fans worry that the constant tension might alienate viewers who prefer a more balanced discussion. Critics of the show argue that excessive drama could overshadow the important topics that The View aims to address. Political stances. Whoopi Goldberg has never hidden her political views. On topics from Donald Trump to Elon Musk, she often speaks with force and conviction.
Real estate mogul and a television star. But does he really want to add President of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to. Please let's find out, and please welcome my friend, Donald Trump.
She has called out what she sees as threats to democracy, urging viewers to pay attention to the consequences of political actions. Whether talking about potential dangers of re-electing Trump or labeling Musk as an overreaching figure, Whoopi brings fiery arguments to the table. Her critics accuse her of crossing a line. They say her comments are too harsh and that she spreads fear to rally opposition. Fans, however, praise her willingness to tackle tough discussions many prefer to avoid. On The View, Whoopi stands firm, telling audiences not to be swayed by emotional statements in political speeches. Some of her most intense moments involve direct clashes with guests who defend conservative ideals. She questioned a teenage speech praising Trump, suggesting it was a political tool. This stance stirred controversy, with some viewers supporting her skepticism and others condemning her for targeting someone so young. Still, she doubles down on her perspective, warning against what she believes are attempts to sway hearts without facts. When it comes to Elon Musk, Whoopi criticizes his influence and questions whether he wields too much power behind the scenes. She has joked that Musk acts like a president, overshadowing elected leaders.
So, I mean, are Americans going to be okay with Musk? Oh, okay.
While some applaud her for speaking up, others see her views as anti-business. Social media reactions. Social media reactions to Whoopi Goldberg are always lively and often polarized. When she speaks her mind on The View, whether about politics, celebrities, or social issues, fans and critics alike rush to share their thoughts online. Her bold statements can ignite Twitter threads filled with passionate debates, often trending under hashtags like Whoopi Speaks or Fire Whoopi. Supporters shower her with praise, applauding her courage to tackle tough topics, while detractors fire back with criticisms, calling her opinions divisive or overly dramatic. One of the most notable moments was when Whoopi broke down in court. Social media exploded with reactions, with many expressing shock and concern for her well-being. Supporters flooded platforms with messages of love and support, while critics questioned her emotional stability. This duality captures the essence of Whoopi's influence. She inspires strong feelings on both sides. Her clashes with co-hosts and guests also lead to intense discussions online. When she walks off set or challenges a guest's views, viewers take to their keyboards to voice their opinions. Some celebrate her as a champion of free speech, while others argue that her confrontational style harms the show's credibility. Memes and clips of her most dramatic moments circulate widely, keeping her in the public eye. Each episode becomes a topic of conversation, creating a ripple effect that drives viewers to tune in for more. Whoopi's resilience. Whoopi Goldberg has faced controversies, misunderstandings, and emotional showdowns in front of the camera, but she always manages to bounce back with renewed strength. Over time, she has proven that no matter how heated the debates or how harsh the criticism, she refuses to let anything break her spirit. This resilience is rooted in her confidence, honed through years of comedic performances, acting roles, and outspoken moments on live TV. Even after she sobbed in court, leaving viewers stunned, Goldberg returned to her seat on The View with her usual resolve, ready to take on whatever came next. When critics called for her removal, she stood firm, offering no apology for her bold style. Instead, she continued engaging in tough conversations and navigated controversies with a steady focus on what she believed was right. Her resilience also shows in her ability to move past conflicts with fellow co-hosts, guests, and political figures. Rather than shying away from disagreements, she addresses them head-on, ensuring that her voice remains part of the conversation. As she takes strong stances on issues ranging from politics to pop culture, her resilience becomes a symbol of strength for those who admire her fearlessness. That same resilience, however, fuels debates about whether she is simply too confrontational for daytime television. In the end, Goldberg's refusal to be silenced is a testament to her enduring spirit, and it may well be the secret to her longevity in an ever-changing media landscape. Whether these exchanges help or hurt her career, she presses on, showing that perseverance can be as compelling as controversy. Unanswered questions. As Whoopi Goldberg's dramatic moments continue to captivate audiences, there are still many unanswered questions surrounding her behavior and the inner workings of The View. What exactly triggered her emotional collapse in court? What tensions simmer behind the scenes that lead to her heated clashes with co-hosts and guests? And perhaps most importantly, how much of her controversial persona is a carefully crafted image, and how much is simply Whoopi being Whoopi? Fans and critics alike are left to speculate about the factors that shape Goldberg's bold presence on the show. Is the pressure of maintaining such a high-profile platform taking a toll, causing her to lash out in ways that shock even her closest colleagues? Or is her combative style a deliberate tactic to boost ratings and keep viewers glued to their screens, no matter how uncomfortable the conversations become? Some wonder if Whoopi's emotional outbursts hint at a deeper vulnerability that she works hard to conceal. Is the unflappable, outspoken persona merely a mask that cracks under the weight of intense scrutiny and criticism? Alternatively, could her tears in court signify a turning point where the public finally sees the human behind the headlines? As the debates rage on, both online and off, the producers of The View must grapple with their own questions. How much drama is too much? At what point does Whoopi's presence become a liability rather than an asset? The future of the show may hinge on finding the right balance between hard-hitting discussions and responsible, thoughtful discourse. In a shocking twist, Princess Anne has revealed the person she dislikes most, surprising many given her strong reputation for being calm and composed.
Royal Princess Anne, she has opened up the room and opened up her schedule to do something she rarely does, conduct an interview with us.
The princess, known for her loyalty and strong sense of duty, has finally broken her silence on who betrayed her trust, leaving the public both curious and confused. Why is she choosing to speak about this now, and who could be behind this deep betrayal? Stay with us as we break down the full story and uncover all the details behind this unexpected and surprising confession. The dynamic between Princess Anne and Lady Diana. Princess Anne, the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II, is often hailed as one of the most dedicated and industrious members of the royal family.
Princess Anne, who is known as the Princess Royal, has been for many years one of the hardest working members of the family.
With over 50 years of service under her belt, she has earned a reputation for her stoicism and tireless work ethic. Her commitment is often described as unmatched within the royal household, setting her apart as a dependable member of royal duty. However, while her straightforward and determined character has garnered admiration from many, it has not always gone down well with some members of the royal family. One of the most intriguing and publicly speculated relationships within the royal household has always been between Princess Anne and Diana, Princess of Wales. Their reportedly distraught dynamic has intrigued royal watchers for decades, as two women with contrasting personalities faced challenges in relating. Keep watching to find out more. From the moment Diana entered the royal family, friction between the two women was obvious. According to Ingrid Seward, editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine and author of Diana, An Intimate Portrait, Princess Anne's disdain for Diana was clear from the beginning. Seward reported that Princess Anne viewed the young and glamorous Diana as a silly girl. But the conflict between the two women came to a head prior to Diana's first appearance alongside the royal family at one of their favorite events. Princess Anne, who was deeply committed to her traditional royal duties, found it hard to warm to Diana's fresh and more modern approach to royal life. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, royal commentators often speculated about an ongoing feud between the Princess of Wales and the Princess Royal. Anne's serious approach to royal duty and her preference for staying out of the limelight sharply contrasted with Diana's charismatic and highly public persona. Royal expert Richard Kay noted that Anne had no time for Diana, suggesting that Anne's more traditional views on monarchy clashed with Diana's use of the media to promote herself. Anne, who rarely courted the press and preferred to carry out her duties quietly, reportedly looked down on Diana's fame.
Diana's public life began and ended the same way. From the minute her name was mentioned, even as the possible choice of Prince Charles to be his wife, to be the future queen.
Feeling that her sister-in-law's public image detracted from the solemnity of royal service. But that's not all. This disdain was particularly visible during the 1981 Ascot Race Week, just weeks before Diana's wedding to Prince Charles. In an infamous incident, Diana was reportedly met with Anne's cold demeanor. According to Seward, Diana looked up at Anne, only to be met with what was described as the searing force of Anne's scorn. Diana was so taken aback by Anne's coolness that she fled the room in tears. The moment of frosty interaction between the two was seen as an interpretation of the strained relationship between the two women. Miss Seward has claimed that Princess Anne was indifferent to Diana from the very beginning, adding that Anne treated the future queen with withering disdain. These claims were also backed up by Richard Kay, a royal expert and old friend of the Princess of Wales. The royal expert suggested that Anne had little patience for Diana's way of handling royal duties, particularly her reliance on the media to bolster her public image. Anne had a much more traditional approach to monarchy and royal duty, Kay noted, reinforcing the idea that the two women were always at odds in how they perceived their roles within the royal family. According to former BBC journalist Jeremy Paxman, the dynamic was also obvious when the late Princess Diana did not attend Anne's daughter Zara Tindall's christening ceremony, which further worsened their ties. She had been telling friends beforehand that she had no intention of going, but rather, through a failure of manners or courage, it was not until 48 hours before the actual ceremony that she telephoned Princess Anne to inform her that she would not be there, royal author Ingrid Seward said. The tone of Anne's response would have chilled the Arctic. However, while Anne reportedly harbored a deep indifference towards Diana, the late Princess of Wales did not publicly reciprocate these feelings. In fact, Diana went so far as to express appreciation for Anne during a 1985 interview.
Now, do you have any sense of living in a state of rivalry with Princess Anne, as is said time and time again?
None at all. Princess Anne's been working incredibly hard to Save the Children Fund, and I'm her biggest fan, because what she crams into a day I could never achieve.
In which she described her sister-in-law as wonderful. She also said that she was Anne's biggest fan, marveling at how much Anne could achieve in a single day. This statement was a contrast to Anne's apparent coldness toward Diana, as shown in various public moments, including one interaction in 1982 when Anne appeared indifferent to the birth of Diana's first son, Prince William. In one widely discussed incident, Anne's reaction to the birth of Prince William raised eyebrows and sparked further speculation about her feelings toward Diana. When asked by journalists about Diana's new baby, Anne dryly responded, "I didn't know she had one." Her indifferent tone, followed by the terse comment, "Oh good," when informed of the birth, was interpreted by many as further evidence of her dislike for Diana. The footage from this exchange, captured during a royal tour in Santa Fe, New Mexico, resurfaced years later in the HBO documentary The Princess, reigniting discussions about the strained relationship between the two royal women. In addition to the Santa Fe footage, another moment that fueled the perception of Anne's animosity occurred during a press conference in Houston. When asked whether she thought there was too much fuss over the birth of a new royal baby, Anne replied simply, "Yes." To further emphasize her disinterest, she also mentioned that the baby may not grow up to like her, a response that did little to dispel rumors of a feud between the two women. Despite these seemingly cold interactions, some commentators have pointed out that Anne's relationship with Diana's children, particularly Prince Harry, was more positive. In her 2007 book, The Diana Chronicles, royal biographer Tina Brown noted that Anne had been especially supportive of Prince Harry during a challenging time in his life.
I think she'd be looking at it long term, to know that there are certain things that we need to go through to be able to heal the relationship.
Taking him on walks through the Balmoral wilderness. This warmth towards the late Princess of Wales's children suggests that while Anne and Diana may have had a difficult relationship, Anne's affection for Diana's children was genuine. Over the years, there has been a deep feeling of animosity over another member of the royal family: the dynamics between Princess Anne and Meghan Markle. While the relationship with Princess Anne and Lady Diana has often been viewed as animus and cold, Princess Anne's relationship with Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, is no different. It has been widely reported that Meghan has a great relationship with Princess Anne's mother, Queen Elizabeth II. The same cannot be said about her relationship with Princess Anne. From the moment Meghan married Prince Harry in 2018, Princess Anne had her reservations.
Through an arch of white roses, they emerge man and wife. Their first official duty, a kiss.
Princess Anne, now 73, reportedly believed that Meghan, 42, would have a short shelf life within the royal family, a prediction that turned out to be true years before Megxit, a widely popular term used to define when, in 2020, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped back from royal duties and moved to Montecito, California. Royal expert Neil Sean shared insights about their first meeting, which he described as a pivotal moment for Meghan. According to Sean, Princess Anne offered very wise advice, stressing the seriousness of royal responsibilities. "This senior royal takes no nonsense, much like her father, the late Duke of Edinburgh," he remarked. Anne advised Meghan to approach her royal role as a genuine job rather than a platform for fame. In many ways, Princess Anne's straightforward attitude mirrors the challenges faced by Princess Diana. Both women dealt with the complexities of royal life and often felt caught between their personal desires and the expectations of the monarchy. Despite Anne's sound advice, Sean noted that Meghan failed to warm to her, leading the seasoned royal to believe that the Duchess's time in the family would be limited. While Anne remains one of the hardest-working royals, she also has a soft spot for Harry, even as she grapples with his decision to leave royal life. In recent comments, Jenny Bond, author of Reporting Royalty, revealed that Anne has grown increasingly displeased with Harry, especially after the release of his memoir, Spare, and following his sudden exit from any form of royal duty. Bond suggested that Anne is upset with the damage Harry has caused to the royal reputation, as she is known for her dedication and honesty. Additionally, Princess Anne, who appeared to be taking a subtle hit at Meghan and Prince Harry, has voiced her concerns about the future of the monarchy in light of Harry and Meghan's exit. In an interview with Canada's CBC News, she remarked that the idea of a slimmed-down monarchy doesn't sound like a good idea from where I'm standing. Through these insights, it's clear that Princess Anne has strong opinions about the evolving royal family dynamics, revealing her frustrations and concerns while maintaining her commitment to duty.